All right, everybody, welcome back to ESL's King of the Hill, coming to you from their Burbank studios here in Burbank, in Southern California. I'm James Chen.
What's up? I'm Ultra David. That's right. We have Street Fighter V, of course, and as per usual, we got the King, but we have two challengers.
That's right, and two challengers from out of state, actually.
That's right.
So representing West Coast is Mr. Kyle P. from Seattle area. And then, of course, not really East Coast, kind of Colorado-ish these days. But, you know, we have Noble's Vagabond here.
Yeah, from Texas before that.
Yeah.
So that's farther away at least. Is that the East? I don't know. But it's fine.
Look, we're just trying to bring you good matches.
Exactly.
Now. That's all that matters.
And I'm pretty confident that we're going to get a good match out of these two. They're two very strong players. Vagabond has been up and coming for some time now, and has been steadily, you know, improving. And Kyle P has been kind of doing the same. He's been a strong Marvel 3 player, but since Street Fighter V came out, he took the game seriously. He's played it a lot. You can really see his Marvel style in his gameplay. And look, he was good enough last year that he got to Red Bull Proving Grounds.
Yes.
So this is no slouch at all, and he's continued to improve since then. He's had some near marquee wins in some cool situations. So I really think that we're going to get a really good match out of this.
Yeah, and it's most likely going to be Laura versus Nakali.
Oh, I'm sure.
Kyle going with Laura, Vagabond, of course, going with Nakali. So it's going to be two very strong characters going up against each other.
Right. Yeah, look, there's been a lot of talk about Laura.
Yes.
Right? Among a few other characters as well. But, you know, Laura gets an interesting rap, I think. She's not, in my view, terribly easy to play.
No,
I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
At a high level, there are not many strong Lauras. There are some,
yes,
and they do well, but not many. And I feel like there's this perception that she's easy to play and that you can just do crazy damage and stuff with her, but it's really not like that. We don't talk that much. Yeah, we'll check out the players here. We don't talk that much about Nakali, but he remains one of the best characters in the game for sure.
Yeah.
So there you see Noble Vagabond on the left there, Kyle P from the west on the right. And then look at that up on the top middle there. What's going on there?
It's like I feel like we need to take that Noble tag and throw it up there. He's like either that or Angelic or something like that. Angelic,
or maybe
Gustavo.
Rather than that National Geographic box, maybe we should get a Halo.
Yeah. Oh man, but we are playing Street Fighter, and you can see some players that are coming up pretty soon as well. In fact, next week we're going to have 4 players coming in here to see if they can fight for the King. So yeah, good. That's going to be it's going to be an exciting episode. It's going to be a packed episode.
That's right. Of course, we got the normal rules set, first to 10. All the characters are fine. Not all the stages are fine, but mostly. And then, of course, the loser has the option to change characters. I wouldn't expect that coming into this, but we'll see. You never know.
Right. And, you know, it's going to be, as we said, first to 10, as it has been. So lots of good action here. And, you know, in case you guys are new to this whole thing, so basically the two challengers will play against each other, and whoever wins is going to go up against Gustavo, who was in that nice little box in the, you know, angelic stare.
Right, yeah.
I mean, he just had that, like, innocent expression on his face, you know, and it's like, counter to what I know about
Debated. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know, Gustavo, 801 Strider with Laura. So we might have a Laura mirror. We might have a Laura versus Nakali. But we'll see. I'm not sure which one of these two players is going to get that chance.
If Vagabond wins, he has to go through 2 Lauras. Oh, that's going to be rough.
Hey?
Because, I mean, these are two of the stronger Lauras.
Oh, yeah.
Least. Yeah. So, but, of course, if you want to find out everything that's going on with King of the Hill and Street Fighter, including who is going to be here next week, if you didn't recognize all the pictures down there. You can follow them on Twitter at twitter.com/ESLSF. And, of course, just, you know, give them a follow here on twitch.tv/ESL.
Yeah, and also check out our thing on twitch.tv/UltraChenTV. It's Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific time, where we talk about fighting games, community news, results, whatever nonsense and BS is happening. And, you know, we'll talk about new games and all sorts of good stuff like that.
It's a lot of new games these
That's
days.
exactly
It's a
right.
lot to talk about.
Lots of stuff coming out.
All right. Well, we're going to get right into those matches. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, a word from our players. All right, welcome back to King of the Hill. I'm sitting here with Mr. Kyle P. from Seattle, and I mean, look, are you here for the right game, or?
I mean, of course I am.
Look, we know you as a Marvel player, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people know you as a Marvel player, and I think some people are even calling you the spirit of Marvel right now.
The spirit of Kyle P is a thing.
That's right. But you do play a lot of Street Fighter. In fact, you were at the Red Bull Proving Grounds last year.
Yep.
How was that experience for you?
It was great. It was definitely like very interesting coming from Marvel. Like I joined Marvel when the game was on the decline. So to join a scene that actually has like all this stuff like that's coming for it, it was just a really good experience, and I kind of got to see what I can kind of get to, you know.
Right, right. So you do play a lot of Street Fighter V, though, right?
I actually play more Street Fighter V now than Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, like, how do you balance the two games? Because I know a lot of players these days, they concentrate on just one game.
Yeah, it's hard. It's actually hard. Luckily I've been playing the game long enough where I can kind of show up to a major, play casuals, and get warmed up.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so I maybe play at home with Jabril, my training partner, maybe like once a month. You know, like.
And that's enough to keep you sharp in that game, right?
Yeah, but Street Fighter, I put in a lot of practice because, you know, I have to.
Right. I mean, how is the Seattle scene? I mean, like I said,
growing.
Growing.
Yes,
okay.
growing. We're getting very, very strong. A lot stronger than I think Street Fighter 4.
Oh, okay.
Was,
cool.
so.
Cool. Nice. Nice. So, what is it about Laura exactly that attracted you to use that character?
I actually saw the character reveal trailer, and I just felt like that was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the way that she moved, like coming from Marvel, movement's like a big thing for me.
Right.
So the way that she moved in there, and then when the beta came out, I was like, yeah, this is perfect. Like 2-button dash, you know, like I was like, this is it. This is gonna be an easy transition.
Right.
You know, so.
I mean, it's interesting because, you know, we talk about people who play one game, people who play multiple games. And I do feel like playing multiple games actually helps you in a lot of ways. So, like, how does the skills that you learned from Marvel apply to this? You know, like you were just mentioning, with lots of movement.
With Marvel, like, my whole game plan is mix-up.
Right.
You know, so it carries over because Laura's a mix-up character.
Mm-hmm.
So having the ability to have the mindset of like what my opponent, like the guessing game,
Right.
I already have a strong like idea of what to do. So just learning what Laura can do to do that, and then I can abuse her options a little bit. I think a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah, than a lot of like just Street Fighter players.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know, a lot of people know you as a Marvel player, but what kind of message do you want to send as a Street Fighter player today? I mean, do you want to show everybody that, look, I am also the spirit of Street Fighter? Yeah.
I mean, I have fun with the game. I really like Street Fighter 5. I like the characters. I like all the broken stuff that can happen. Like, I just say have fun with the game. Like, that's how I had fun with Marvel. I was able to just keep playing. I can play Street Fighter every day of the week.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Did you play 4 a lot?
No, I played 4 for like 2 weeks, and I played Rose.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, you're going to be going up against Noble's Vagabond, right? And so you're going to be going up against Nikali. But you have a strong training Nikali partner.
Yeah, my main Street Fighter training partner is also a Noble player.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, who is also a Nikali player. So.
Right. So, do you feel like you have a leg up in this match, or what?
No. There's so many different ways to play characters in this game. You know that I can't just be like, oh yeah, you know, Vagabonds or whatever. You know, it's gonna be a different style. It's gonna be momentum. It's gonna be. I don't know. I think it's gonna be really fun.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And if you do happen to win, you're gonna be going up against Gustavo.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about Laura Mirrors?
Well, I mean, James, have you ever played chess before?
Yes, I have.
Then you already know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, thank you, Kyle, for that. Let's throw it over to David, who is going to be speaking with Mr. Vagabond.
Hey, that's right. I'm talking with Vagabond here. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How about you, David?
Well, I'm going just fine. So in Street Fighter V, you had a nice rise. Things have been going well for you progressively. And do you feel that you are continuing that path? And if so, what are you doing to make that happen?
Well, honestly, I feel like about a month-ish or so ago, I felt like I kind of got at like a plateau, so to speak. I felt like there's this mental block in the game, like just the meta alone, to where I feel like I'm struggling. I can make top 8, but getting past to like the finals is where I'm really struggling. So I've been trying to work on it. Really, what I mainly do is I don't even play ranked anymore. It's gotten to a point where ranked is kind of insignificant. There's a lot of different factors, you know, in online as well. But when you come to like ranked matches, people just play really desperate. They just do online tactics for the most part. Sure. So it's gotten to a point where most of my practice just comes from either Battle Lounge with like really good players, because I don't really, you know, I moved to Colorado recently, so I don't have much of a scene that I travel to. It's really far from me too. So most of my experience does come from online sets against really strong players like Punk, Duke, Kami, Smug. I play all the really good players, so there you go.
Well, okay. And do you feel like you are making the progress that you need to? I certainly get what you are saying about the plateau. It's something that comes up for everybody. And getting over it is not necessarily easy.
Not at all. To answer your question, I honestly feel like I've been studying. I've been analyzing matches as well. That's another part of my training routine. I'll go and I'll watch really good, stronger Nikali players like Phenom and Haitani. So I'll watch, you know, in certain situations how they handle things. I've noticed, like, I can give you an example real quick. A lot of people, like, there's what I classified the levels as, like, there's pool players, there's top 16, top 32 players, and there's top 8 players. A top 8, like a pool player in a situation where they're about to get stunned, you'll, like, 90% of the time be able to shimmy them. A regular average player, or I should say, sorry, top 32 or top 16 player will most likely jump forward OS to get out of the corner and, you know, to evade a shimmy chance or a possible meaty throw. And a top 8 player would actually jab you on the wake up just because you're thinking, I'm going to try to bait out a DP or I'm going to try to shimmy them, but they jab to steal the turn. So there's like levels of the meta. And so, you know, it's really interesting.
Well, how do you feel about Street Fighter V as a game right now, and you know, your chances in it moving forward?
Honestly, the game, everybody has their gripes with the game. Everybody, the game has faults, flaws, but I personally enjoy the game. I mean, I play a character I really like. He's good. I think he's top 5, top 6, around there. He's really strong, and it's just, yeah, I have a lot of fun. I mean, the game could be better. They're patching it. They're taking out, like, jump OS. I don't think that's a wise decision. It's going to make the game more of a guessing game, because like the way I consider it now, against a lot of characters, like grapplers in general, it's a lot of rock, paper, scissors. And I mean, that goes against any character, because when you're set in a Oki situation, Okizemi, where it's the jab, backdash, or like, block or DP, it's like really you're guessing. So there's a lot of guessing in the meta, but regardless, I still do enjoy playing the game.
Speaking of guessing, you're going up against Kyle P. Have you played against him before, or have you seen him play? And if so, what are your thoughts?
I think you said it earlier, he's a Marvel player, so he does do some crazy stuff. I've seen him play. I've never actually played him before. And I know that he does play with Nightmare, so he does have good Nikali experience. I actually play with Wolfcrone, and he's another really, really strong Laura. So I have pretty good Laura experience as well. So it's really all it comes down to who guesses right.
Well, okay. And then if that works out for you, you're going to go up against 801 Strider, so you have a couple of Lauras back-to-back. That's the path today. Have you played against him? And even if you haven't, how do you feel about him versus Kyle P? What are the differences between them?
So I did actually play Strider recently. It was at NCR. We played in casuals, though. It was a 1-3. He actually beat me, but it was really close. It was last match, last round. So honestly, I think the differences between the players are, Strider comes from Abel, and so Strider, I've noticed, he'll go for command grab more. And I'm probably like giving this away as like a reverse psychology. So he's not going to command grab this time. I'm just kidding. But he does. I've noticed he'll go for more, like jab, V skill, which is like kind of like step kick into dash up. And then he'll go for a command grab or another jab pressure situation. So they have different play styles. But I think if I conquer the neutral well, I'll be able to just stop all of the nonsense or try to stop it. That's it.
All right, well, good luck. Hope it works out for you. We're going to take a quick break. I'll be back with the matches in just a little bit.
Welcome back to ESL's King of the Hill. We are getting ready for our matchup here between Kyle P and Noble Vagabond. Again, we mentioned Nikali versus Laura. I mean, what do you feel about this matchup?
Well, I don't play either character, but in just watching it, it seems to me like it's a pretty even kind of match. A lot of it is controlled in the neutral game by Necalli, who has fantastic movement and some zoning ability and good anti-airs. His pressure is great. I mean, he has, extremely good pressure himself, but Laura's is, one of the best when it comes to that side of the business. So if Laura can get things going, then it's hard for Necalli to get out of that like it is for everybody.
Right.
Even though he has, EXDP, even though he has command grab, back that. I mean, he has jump OS escapes like everybody does.
Right.
It's just not a good situation to be in. I feel like if you are playing defensively in Street Fighter V, you're losing.
Right.
That is to say, if the opponent knocks you down and is mixing you up, you can control things. Like I said, he can control sort of defensively with seismos and anti-airs and the like. But if you are blocking or trying to block,
I mean,
you're losing.
This is why I asked Kyle P, if he felt like the Marvel skills are going to help him.
Yeah.
Because Laura, that's kind of how you play Marvel. You don't want to be on the defense. You just try to avoid it and get in there. So I feel like that strategy is going to get in there. Like, I expect great things from Kyle P right now, but in a weird way, I almost kind of want to see Vagabond play both of the Lauras just to see the juxtaposition of styles.
That would actually be really cool.
But it's hard to say. I would like to see both of these guys go on.
Of course.
So.
Well, let's go check out the players. I think they're lined up, about ready to go. We got Vagabond on the left there, Kyle P on the right. Little chilly in the studio today.
He's got the hoodie fully
hooded.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Hence the name. Yeah, I feel like Laura is such a good choice for him. She has the mix-ups that are, something that he's familiar with coming from Marvel. But even on top of that, she has the mobility that's a little bit more familiar to him coming from Marvel.
And that momentum, from Marvel, that once you start getting the hit, you take out a character, you keep the momentum going. I feel like Laura's a very momentum-heavy character.
Absolutely. Well, both of these characters are, and once you beat up Necalli enough, he becomes the best and most mobile character in the game.
It's true. But I definitely, I love that Necalli costume. That's like one of the best costumes in the game.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, turns into the werewolf. I think that's pretty sick. Oh, see, here we go.
So far, I really like where Kyle P is standing. He's not overcommitting. Wow, yeah. EX even?
Wow.
He's starting things off. Yeah, there's the elbow that I think Vagabond was looking for.
The meaty elbow, so you got to be careful with that one. He did get challenged. Whoa, he just woke up with a regular throw. He's going to juggle off of that. Okay, Vagabond goes for the EX uppercut, but yeah. Spends the meter for not. Kyle P takes that first round.
Pay attention, this is something Kyle P has done well, and maybe also coming from Marvel. He's mixed up whether he does quick roll or back tech really well so far, and has screwed up meaty timings a couple of times from Vagabond. Forward roll, back roll, neutral roll, right there. Neutral tech, those are all big deals. Look at this pressure. Trying to control things in that range. But you see part of the strength of Necalli in this matchup.
Yeah, can zone with that a little bit. Seismos are basically his best poke because they can poke at multiple ranges. But so far, good defense this time. Oh, yeah. As soon as you hit Laura, that fireball goes away. Vagabond is going to spend all that meter. That's probably going to take... No. Okay. Too many hits ahead of time. The scaling was too high.
And he kept up the pressure there. Kyle P tried to press buttons. I think that was a short coming out, but no dice. Yeah, you're right about the fireball from Laura going away. Wow, gutsy start. And that's part of why I like Necalli in the neutral game, because he can seismo right under and take it away.
Yeah, I really liked Kyle P's attempt at that mix-up on the two dashes, under and then right back to the same side, but Vagabond going with that 3-frame jab uppercut, which you've seen a lot of Necalli start to do, rather than going for the the standing light punch and getting crush countered or something like that. You can trade. There's no the priority system taking into effect. So even though there's no invincibility, oh, nice neutral jump. Yeah.
Spends EX to get more damage. And Vagabond is in a great position. That said, he's now cornered. Kyle P.
Oh, and blocked in time. Okay. Here comes that fireball. It's still coming.
Nope, it's there.
Oh, God. All right. Oh, nice jump back escape. Ooh.
Couple of times. This is very doable.
No fear.
Oh, huge.
No fear.
That's going to be close. Is that it? Wow.
And right there is, Laura has these great mix-ups and everything like that, but the one thing that you're not necessarily expecting is, just the damage output. Sometimes when Laura gets those combos, even with just like spending one EX meter, it just does this grip of damage.
Yeah.
right.
Pressuring again. Oh, the overhead. Not common that you see overhead in that kind of situation, but went for it. Oh, it could have had the stun. Vagabond got the grab. And now this is corner for him. See if he can harass his way into getting a little bit of damage out of this. But no, Kyle P is fighting super well. And that's a big part of it is the mobility that we were talking about.
Right. Ooh, crush counter in the corner. But just gets thrown back the other way, and now here we go. That corner pressure.
Oh yeah, that's it. The link.
Yeah, with the V trigger activated, of course, Laura can link off of her overhead.
He has done such a good job of mixing up his get-up timings.
Yeah, that's and another thing too is that, you know, a lot of Laura players, you know, they won't go for the V skill as much because it can be punished, and you know, and we saw earlier in the last game that double dash forward into the command throw. But this is where I feel like that kind of fearless attitude. Oh, that was so sick.
Big advantage. Yeah, you really can't challenge it.
Oh man, 2 rounds in a row here for Kyle, and look at that. 2-0.
So things that I'm most seeing that lead to Kyle P winning, his variation of the get-up timings has been huge.
Okay.
His mobility has been huge. I really feel like those are the 2 biggest things. On defense, she doesn't really have options. She doesn't have some invincible Dragon Punch. She has to sit there. But if you can, you know, make your opponent whiff their media attacks by doing a different wake-up timing than they expect, then you can get out.
Right.
And that's been a huge thing for him.
I also think too that Kyle's just done a good job with his mix-up.
Oh,
He's been throwing all the different, you know, resets, all these different looks. Oh my god, that just beat the stand heavy kick. Oh, nice. Yeah, and he neutral jump too, which is pretty brave.
Yeah. Great block.
And that might be one thing that Kyle P has to consider now, maybe throw out some more regular throws so that if he does neutral jump, you get the stand medium punch anti-air instead. You know, command throw is much more punishable.
See that mobility to get the anti-air? That's what I'm talking about. That's such a strength, both as a player and as a character. It's still coming. Stay.
Oh, it just ran out. It just ran out.
Just barely misplaced.
Wow, he went for a meaty crouching heavy kick. Did you see that? From Vagabond? Interesting. Point blank range for that. Nice. Keeping that pressure going. Look at this.
Oh my god.
This is what I mean. Like, a lot of Lauras are so scared to use that overhead because it's something that can be punished on block. But, you know, Kyle's already used it like 4 times, I feel like.
And he's used it in situations where you don't commonly see it. It's not a particular setup. It's just coming.
Oh, wow. Reached it. Clipped her.
Oh,
now press counter time, but too far away.
You wanted the big stuff.
Oh, no, that was supposed to probably be the charge.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure how that came out as an uppercut instead.
Wow, okay, yeah, just get out of there.
Yeah, look, Vagabond has had to use all of his meter for EX uppercuts to try to get Kyle P off of him. And that just means that he doesn't have any meter left for his critical art, which is huge damage.
Although he's close to it now.
Oh,
see the mix up there?
Oh, boy, he's got the V-trigger. Oh, but he's just catches him with the crouching medium punch. Vagabond on the board now.
Okay. Yeah, he escaped well a couple of times. Managed to get some pressure of his own.
Round 1.
Trying to keep himself warmed up over there. Yeah, look at that. That's you never see an overhead like that at round start.
All right, great whiff punish there from Vagabond. Was just waiting for a button.
Lovely
Gets out
escape.
of the corner. Oh, wow. Yeah, instead of going for the volt charge, just dashes in for the command throw. Another one. Here's the meaty. Oh.
Really? That was really good escape.
Yeah.
Backdash, throwing vulnerable.
Yeah, he trained him last time with that stand jab, so he thought he was going to hold still that time. But no, Vagabond with the backdash in the corner.
Vagabond looking really ready for a lot of this, but here's Kyle.
Again! Kyle P going for a lot of command throws. Like I said, now is the time maybe to go for regular throws for a little bit, you know?
We'll see if he goes for that. Anti-air was ready. Vagabond also ready, though. Never something he's been afraid to do. No!
Oh boy, crush counter combo time.
Huge.
Nice, yeah. Goes to reset, stays in the front.
You see, Kyle P is never afraid. He almost never backs off. He's taking Dragon Punches, and he's not moving away because of them. He's still pressuring.
Yep. And then that command dash is, because basically button into command dash for Laura is pretty much never positive. So the fact that he's doing that all the time just shows how willing he is to be as offensive as possible. But you could definitely tell Kyle P's MO basically is movement and just going back and forth. Whoa!
Funky on both sides.
Yeah, I'm surprised Vagabond didn't just go for the, the nice, just go for anti-air.
Trigger. Expecting jump.
Ooh, gets away. Tries to go in there with the command dash again.
Yeah.
Nice command throw into uppercut, and it's gonna be enough. Vagabond tying it up, 2-2. All right. No shocks here that this is gonna be a close one between these two guys.
Yeah, I would not have expected otherwise.
Yeah, I also like seeing the way that like Kyle P's even going for the anti-air stand medium punch, but you notice that sometimes it pushes him under.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even care. He just gets the throw right away. Always, you can see how quick Kyle P's mind works. You know what I mean? He's always thinking, it's like, okay, do this. Okay, now do this. Okay. Oh, wow. Again, went for the V skill.
But interesting interrupt timing, and if that kind of thing comes up more, Vagabond can really do some good work.
Vagabond's really making those EX uppercuts work, so, you know, maybe he doesn't need the critical art.
No, it was not there. The fireball went away.
Oh, God, it's good stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Just picking great spots on screen. And as much mobility as Kyle has had with Laura, as movement heavy as his game plan has been, Vagabond's been able to, at least in the last couple games, find those anti-air spots, find those seismo spots.
Now he just gets a raw jump in, so he gets to start with big damage, and another raw jump in.
He did not expect that to hit, but he confirmed it, so that was good.
All right, close to stun now, but again, I just love the way Kyle P moves his character.
Oh yeah, this looks super sick,
so
actually.
Good. Oh man.
Oh no!
Oh, he's still coming. There it is. Like, you just feel like at some point in time, you know, like the gas is going to run out, the tank is going to go empty, and
he's got a big
stop.
tank.
But no, he's still going forward all day. Oh, and pretty much that has been Vagabond's savior, is those EX uppercuts.
Yeah.
Because he knows that Kyle is just so intent on being offensive that those EX uppercuts, he's almost been 100% on them. Oh, wow.
Oh, no cancel. There it is, though.
Woo.
Yeah, he has been very good on the anti-airs and on the wake-up DPs, but that has not dissuaded Kyle, and that's so important as a character like Laura to not get put off of your own game. You got to make it happen still.
Oh! Raw disc guidance, EX disc guidance to get into the corner. Did you see that after he blocked the button, Kyle P dashed forward?
I love it.
Yeah, just fearless. It's like you said, offense is so important in this game. Being on the defensive, being on your back foot is such a mistake.
Yeah, cannot do it.
Right, who's going to take the three? Ooh, okay, good confirm.
EX with the armor.
That's the first time I think we've seen him. Oh my God, that actually got him. Oh, the jab confirm. But why?
Yeah, we haven't seen too many escapes from Laura just because it's not really good for her.
Right. But that's 3 in a row now for Vagabond, so great start for Kyle. Let's see if he can try to get a little bit of this momentum back on his side.
Fight.
Oh, man. His timing on that crouching heavy punch has been really good.
It has, yeah. That said, gets knocked down. Vagabond's still controlling the mid-range.
That reached? But I'll tell you this right now, man. No life lead is safe against Laura.
No. Well, I feel the same way about Nikali.
Yeah, it's true. Ooh, but
interrupted.
Vagabond's actually, I think, starting to get a little wise to Kyle now. He says, you know what? You're always going to be moving forward, so what I'm going to be doing is just making subtle backwards movements or just being ready for you to cancel into the forward dash.
Yeah, the last few games he has punished, you know, button, cancel, and dash, I don't know, 80%?
Yeah.
Very consistently, and very consistently has still had that ratio of hits on the EXDPs.
Yeah, it's like I said, because Kyle is just, he's never stopping. He's never stopping. I think he's only blocked 1 DP, and it was just a regular DP.
Willing to block still is Kyle after the grab. No activation. Vagabond as well, okay.
Wow, that actually got right, snuck right past that. Oh my God.
The blocks though, he's ready.
Yep, but still going, and now finally gets the command throw. Look at all that life recovery, that life lead he's gotten back, and that time the EX uppercut unsuccessful.
And that time was one of the few where Kyle P has not pressured after he got a knockdown. He actually did wait.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that was sick.
Standing heavy punch? Nice. Good seismo distancing right now from Vagabond.
There is a little bit more slower and deliberate play from Kyle. Not that it's ever going to be slow period or deliberate period, but yeah, look at that. Look at this stuff.
Buttons that Kyle P is just hitting. I mean...
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's huge.
Oh, no.
Deep setup. Okay. Ready for it. And here's Kyle.
Yep, got that V-trigger activated, but Vagabond has been so good avoiding those command throws.
All set.
I mean, he talked about, you know, Gustavo going for command throw a lot, but I think... Oh, my God.
Next decision is it.
That wasn't comboed. Oh, he got in there and went for the low. Vagabond tried to walk backwards, it looked like, maybe to try to get out of the throw range.
Yeah, I think so.
And he got caught low.
What a gutsy call, 3-3.
Woo. All right, this is good so far. This is a good one so far.
This is a good one.
Round one. Fight.
I'm actually pretty mesmerized right now by Kyle P's movement. I mean, I am definitely a fan of this right now.
Yeah, for sure. Great confirm right there by Vagabond. Trying to pressure. And you can see him varying his button timings. He so desperately wants Kyle P not to press buttons. And it's not working.
Ooh. Now the crush counter, yeah, close enough that time. Building more of that V meter with that target combo into Seismo. Oof. Oh,
what
yeah,
a challenge.
See,
Again, so consistently is he ready for that challenge.
Yeah, he's been throwing out a lot more of those buttons in those situations there in kind of the empty spaces.
Ooh, oh, hold on now.
Oh boy, oh boy.
One more?
One more.
Either way.
Oh, he traded. What a fortunate trade from Vagabond. And usually that's hard too, because that fireball has such a good forward hurt box that a lot of people hit buttons and they just get hit.
Crouching jab was good enough.
Woo. Very fortunate for Vagabond.
Lots of games in that little mid-range right there.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I like Kyle's, not just his movement around it, nice, but his button choices have been amazing.
Yeah, and just the relentlessness from Kyle P right now, the biggest benefit that it gives him is that it really prevents Vagabond from getting a chance to really think about things. You know what I mean? It's like you're always being forced to think. What a block on the overhead.
Oh, that's that Marvel block.
Yeah. Oh boy, that shit is right there into the heavy punch, volt charge.
Final round.
Ding.
Yeah, that's right.
Oof, again, trying to go for that anti-air, but Necalli's, you know, as good as Laura's anti-air buttons are, Necalli's jump attacks are just as good.
Yeah.
Nice confirm. Ooh, challenging with the armor, and Vagabond was just dashing forward. I think he was going to try to chase down a backdash Kyle or something.
Kyle's still trying to pressure.
Oh boy. All right.
No, it's there. Ah.
But I love how he uses it to create that tentative defense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the scary thing right now about Kyle P, right? I mean, we've seen him miss so many command throws, and he's eaten so much damage off of that. There's just no discouragement at all whatsoever.
No. And the way that got started, I mean, it's not like he was in the corner. He worked on it, and he did it in part by dancing around where Necalli's buttons go. That's the mobility. Yep. Look at that. You see the movement? I mean,
yeah, and also...
it's good enough to really catch Vagabond off guard.
Yeah, he's like whiffing things, and it looks like he's punishable, but then Kyle P will just throw out the standing medium kick anyway and interrupt you. It's just that fearlessness and that relentlessness of wanting to be offensive. Oh, God, I love that pressure from Vagabond in the corner, then into the command throw. That was beautiful sequence right there from Vagabond. You see him just dancing right in front of Kyle P, kind of just tempting him to hit those buttons.
Kyle slowly forcing Vagabond backwards.
Yeah. That ever-present fireball just coming forward.
With its huge proximity guard box in front of it, which means that you can't just walk backwards out of it. You have to jump, and that's what Vagabond has usually done.
All right, well, here we go. Vagabond getting in there, pushing it back, but then tried to anti-air, but just mistimed it.
See that red up there? Oh my god.
Oh, that's not gonna be quite enough to stun. Close. Oh, jeez. Because that's one of those situations that you're probably thinking he's just gonna go crouching light, crouching light to try to stun you. Yeah.
And Vagabond blocked. So this time, Kyle, so good. Oh, interrupted, but Vagabond didn't see.
Man.
Getting all the button timings right.
Here comes that EX, yeah, so scary. Okay, nice jump over. Only got thrown damage. That was about the worst that he got right there. Nice.
See that spacing? That was perfect. Oh, huge.
Man, and a great juggle as well. So we've been getting a lot of streaks here.
That's right, yeah. 2 for Kyle, then 3 for Vagabond. And then 3 for Kyle.
Yeah. So if this pattern continues, Kyle will win 4. Then Vagabond will win 5. Oh man, that time the stand medium punch did not make it under, which is what he's been able to do so often.
Trying to maintain that spot. You see that was a perfect anti-air spot, but that defense by Kyle convinced Vagabond to come back in.
Okay, at that time it looked like he did go for regular. Oh my god! No jumps from Vagabond. That's what Kyle P was hoping for.
Yeah,
remember that heavy volt charge does not
get out of there. I love that.
Yeah. That heavy volt charge does not hit grounded people at all. Oh god! There's that movement. But too far. Was that the counter hit pushback?
Might have been actually, yeah. No. Very nice whip punish.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, people are definitely starting to intentionally use that counter hit pushback on purpose. And, you know, speaking of, Laura's one of the best ones at it because standing light punch is a 3-frame and it's the counter hit pushback button for her.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so waking up with that button is actually a very, very powerful tool.
Super ready for all this stuff, Kyle.
Like I said, he's been able to mix it up so well.
The range. No.
Oh, backdash in the corner, got away from that. And now we've got the corner switch. So now Vagabond has the corner position, gonna go right into the critical art. I mean, that's a lot of meter to spend for non-death.
Yeah, and he already had the corner as well.
Yeah, and he already has 1 round too.
Oh,
it's not like he
this
needed
is
to make
probably it.
That's it, right? So guaranteed. Guaranteed. So that, yeah, that is exactly why I was surprised he used the critical art right there. He had the round, he had the corner position. You know, you can, whatever mix-up you'd have to have done after the critical art, do it before the critical art, so the critical art will kill.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's there.
Ooh, and the fireball popped him up into the air.
Very nice reaction with the DP.
Okay.
Shut that down. And Vagabond's in a great position. There
it is. Yeah, okay, just caught him low. Caught him low.
Well, he's seen Kyle P walk back and backdash on Wake Up a lot. That came up a lot in the last few games. And it's been part of why Kyle's been able to reestablish his situations for himself, because he can get away and then get the game again. So I really like the meaty low as a way to just shut that down.
Fight.
Okay. Going in for that pressure again. I love the cancel to the back into the fireball.
Ooh, not quite there.
Like it's something that we've seen Kyle do so often, but it just doesn't look like there's really much you can do about it. Oh,
Nice
he's getting
timing.
in, yeah. You see him walk back, but Vagabond going with the stand medium kick, not getting baited.
This is big news. Oh, no.
Huh. Interesting. Not sure what happened there.
No, I'm sure that was a mistake. Yeah. Wow, he expected the button and he counterpoked it. Perfect timing.
Ooh.
How he feigning the fireball.
Oh,
No,
but
the whip
there's
punish was there.
Yeah, that stand medium punch reaches so far. I mean, look, I mean, it doesn't actually reach that far because Necalli doesn't have long-range buttons out of like a stand heavy kick. It just has that good priority, you know. It's a good space controller.
Yeah, it's a good button.
And as long as you're always canceling it into disc guidance once you have V-trigger activated, oh man, there's the stun.
Needs something else, which means that Kyle P is alive and dangerous.
Especially with that V-trigger and 2 bars right now.
Yeah, oh yeah, this activation. Just wants to get out of there as Vagabond. He seems just walking backwards.
Yeah.
Very confident play.
Here we go. Streak again.
Necalli wins.
It's not a back and forth. It's like, but it's a back and forth of multiple games.
Yeah, yeah. Couple in a row for Vagabond. Ties it up 5-5.
Round 1. Fight.
A little bit more deliberate opening there from Kyle. Not quite as tricky.
Walk up into sweep. Oh, nice. All right, catches him low again. I think he's kind of noticed that Kyle P is not blocking on his wake up a lot.
And in fact, Kyle P was still mashing backdash after that.
Yep.
Got away.
That's the anti-air ready to go.
EX.
Nice.
Shut it down.
Just don't want to let her in and have her get that momentum. Oh, a little bit too late on that cancel.
Nice.
Doesn't matter, gets in there.
Round 2.
I know it's your favorite.
Oh,
It's your favorite. Oh, what a timing on the jump.
Oh, okay. That beat the command throw? Nothing.
Well,
and yeah, he's going to be able to get a punish off that.
That's a lot of damage and stun out of the corner.
All right, that
Here's
time.
the activation. Really, 3-frame DP.
I
Just
love it.
put an end to whatever it is.
Good job.
Or trade, I guess.
Yeah.
Which would have been fine.
Again, it's just one of those situations where Vagabond is just so keen on the fact that Kyle P just wants to keep coming in full steam ahead, you know? No breaks, no room to breathe against this guy. Oh my God! Yeah, just gotta use those EX uppercuts to get him off of him. But again, I just don't know if Kyle P is all that worried about them because how much damage do you really take off of an EX DP like that compared to the damage that you're gonna get off these mix-ups?
Look
like
at that.
This? Ooh.
That was still quite a few decisions to make defensively right there. There, you know, it wasn't one mix-up into death.
Right.
But when you're playing against Laura, the mix-ups can come so quickly that it feels like that. It feels like, oh, man, I made one wrong choice and I'm dead. Oftentimes, that's not the case. Oftentimes, it's 2 or 3, but still, it just feels so fast.
Yeah, again, stun output, damage output from Laura is frightening, to say the least. There it is again. Stand medium kick, back V skill into fireball. I wonder if there's anything that Vagabond can do to stop that. But you know what? To be honest with you, I don't know if he has to worry about it too much because I think he's maybe scared that Kyle's going to try to mix it up at some point on him.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Probably an execution. Oh no! And a good confirm into the juggle.
In time? No, I thought he was going to try to go for the punish. And nothing from Kyle. Was ready.
Beautiful. He said, you know what? I know you're covering the ground with that fireball.
Yeah.
You're gonna jump at me, so I just have this EX uppercut ready to go. In fact, he did it super early. Like, he just met him at the height of the jump. Double dash from Vagabond, but Kyle was ready for it. Gets the throw.
Looking for some big buttons there was Kyle. Out of the air. And pretty cautious pressure, so there are, as the games go on, more times when Kyle does take that time to just be patient. Reset. The block was there, but it's safe.
It's meaty, yeah.
Yep.
Meaty setup.
Trying to set things up, trying to get some movement forward as Kyle. EX in the
Oh,
face.
that was so nice.
Oh, yep.
Not enough to kill, though. Oh, that time he goes low. All right.
Final round.
So even though there are those moments where he's playing a little bit more patiently, a little bit more cautiously, in general, still very offensive, very movement-based. Backdash. Oh, or that. Okay. But it's always something. You know, he's never just sitting there after blocking or getting even hit by something from Necalli.
Oh man, that clip. Yeah, the EX uppercut has much better horizontal range than the regular uppercuts. Okay, gets under there, but nice reset. Crouching light into the command throw, into another EX command throw, up to another EX command throw. Oh,
He gets right on so many meaty timings right there.
Yeah.
Sick.
Smart from Vagabond. He's like, you know what? You did a meaty volt charge. I'm just gonna. Oh wait,
yeah.
fine. Ugh.
Was not time to act for Vagabond. So again, we have a couple of games in a row.
Yep. So it's been 2-3-3, 2-2, basically, these streaks that we've been having. But as a result, Mr. Kyle P is up 2-5 right now. And I did sound. It sounded like they went to 7-5. What did I say? 12?
2.
2. I don't know where that number came from. 2.
What do your 7s look like? I see you writing it down over there. You have 2 looking 7?
But it was interesting. I mean, he did go to character select, but maybe just to give himself time to think. Oh no, he changed back to classic Nikali. The classic going up against Laura.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect the character change.
Yeah.
Just taking a little bit of time here to figure out what's going wrong, what he could do better. There's still a lot of insistence from Kyle about moving.
Round 1.
And it comes after he's being hit, and it comes after he's blocking. And I think that part of the sweeps from Vagabond have been about him trying to shut that down, but he just hasn't been able to convince Kyle that it's to be shut down.
Now every time I see him block those overheads, I just think Marvel, like you said. It's like, I can block these high-lows,
Yeah,
whatever,
come on.
it's
Yeah.
all good.
High-low game was like 20 frames. Get out of here.
Ooh, right outside the range. Got the crush counter on that.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was just trying to get the stun.
Yeah, maybe overextended. Oh!
That was so sick. Got him with the shimmy after the reset. Here comes the fireball. Great block.
Is that going to be enough?
Yeah. Oh.
No.
1,000 health. Laura
Chased it
down the back dash.
Why not?
Smart. Again, you just
Well, it
know
was the right
Kyle
choice
is
then,
going to
kid.
do something,
Yeah.
you know? Just go for it. Jab uppercut. Just do it. Do it. And so much of this game just comes down to those little decisions in those key situations. What do you feel like the other guy's going to do?
Great pressure opportunity for Vagabond. He really doesn't take it too hard, and in fact, gave up the corner? I don't know, man.
Trying to chase down because he wants that stun, but
Yeah,
you
he
know
did,
what?
but that's...
What?
Oh, he wanted something big there. He was hoping for a button from Vagabond. Did not come.
Again, that's going back to what we had talked about before, how Vagabond was doing a good job detecting when Kyle P wanted to move forward. He's just waiting for it. He's baiting it. He's basically says, you know what? You're always moving forward, so rather than trying to get to you, I'm just going to let you come to me, and I'll just be ready to punish it. 7-6. Or 2-6 in, you know, my weird math language.
Yeah. A little bit of pressure there, but then you see Kyle still active.
That guy's never gonna not be active, I feel like. Stayed in front and got him with a left-right mix-up into command throw.
Oh, wow, he mashed it out so well. See that? He blocked the time.
Dang.
He lived. Wow, so many people just give it up, but...
That's called mashing for double hits, you know?
Right? Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Wow, did you see him just get V reversal and then just jump right back in there? Oh.
There it is. So Vagabond shut it down a couple of times. The anti-air, the ground control. That was a really good way to steal that round.
Yeah.
Encouraging for him. Okay, getting the confirmation there.
Ooh, nothing. Both of them just missing each other.
Trying to move forward still is Kyle.
Trade on the anti-air, which is fine for Laura.
Vagabond doing it. Wow, I was just about to talk him up, but then Kyle P managed to get in. Reset!
That reset is so sick. You're so worried about that potential V-skill overhead. Oh, here we go. Big damage time. He's going to spend it.
And I like this because it's going to be close to death.
And it's killing all that
corner.
V-trigger time as well.
That's true.
That was, I think, the key part right there. Oh, get away. But
Maybe
yeah,
not.
everyone tries to jump away from that because of that.
Hey!
That proximity guard hurt box from that move. So everyone jumps away. So that's why Kyle P just dashed right in his face and did heavy volt charge, but or bolt charge, I'm sorry.
James, this is one of the closest sets that we've had on King of the Hill. It's back and forth here. It's 7-7.
I mean, look, obviously 2 games in a row is, you know, not a huge accomplishment, but the fact that every time they have managed to get at least a streak. It's 2-3, 3-2, 2-2 so far, and we are tied here at 7-7.
Not punished. And jump roundhouse.
Yeah,
medium kick might have hit.
God, that standing medium punch anti-air is so good.
It's not just that it's good, it's that he gets into that range so well. He dashes forward for it. He B-skills forward for it. No! Unfortunate for him. Vagabond capitalizing.
Oh, I like that. At that range where the anti-air would have been too far. Oh, never mind.
Big stuff.
Yeah.
Shut it down just as Kyle was trying to approach. No anti-air in time.
Nice. You ain't getting me with any of those EX command throws shenanigans.
Yeah, EX for EX. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that little mix-up.
Had to know something like that was coming.
Yeah, that was the first time Kyle's been able to pull that mix-up off.
Trying to control at that range where anti-air will work great, where he can come in so well. But look at that timing from Vagabond to escape. It was perfect.
Ooh, but that time just getting caught.
Now Vagabond really just needs 2 more. 1 more hit. Oh!
Kyle looked like he tried to get the anti-air out in time, but of course, with the stand medium punch as an anti-air as opposed to standing light punch, yeah, that medium punch is fast, but still, light punches are much faster, and so he just got caught out of the startup of that move. So that's 3 in a row now for Vagabond. He's the first player to get 2 3-in-a-row streaks now.
By the way, I love his combo choice. He saw that the stun bar was getting close. Yeah. Rather than just going right into the super, he went for the stun and then follow-up super.
Fight.
So very aware of what was going on there was Vagabond. You see him trying to be mobile, backdash, forward dash, again. That's really, in my view, what this game comes down to a lot of the times. Movement, movement.
Yep. Don't be in that position to get caught in these mix-ups.
Reset. And Kyle just blocking it out well. Oh!
Okay, look at
He's
that
2 hits away.
That's 3 moves right there. Look at that damage. Gets in there again.
One more.
Same combo again. Huge damage.
Hey.
Oh, put the backdash in the corner again. Oh, double stop.
Nice.
All right, well, that's 7 rounds in a row now from Vagabond, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, you're right. It's been a while since Kyle P even had a round.
So it seems like Vagabond is getting a read here. Either that or he's just been on a lucky streak here. Because I don't know if it's very easy to get a read on a guy like Kyle P. But
I mean, more than that, he... Wow, okay, hold on.
Yeah, I don't think he thought that fireball was going to keep going.
I don't think so either. Pressuring very well, didn't give up the space.
A lot of close range neutral jumps for Vagabond,
nice.
like footsie
cool.
neutral jumps.
Oh, he tried to press the button after that, trying to chase down Kyle P, but Kyle P had it.
Okay.
Maybe 1 more, depending on what it comes. No,
nice.
Vagabond with the escape.
There it is.
And still no rounds for Kyle.
Wow, this has turned around drastically.
Yeah,
all
I'll
of a
say.
sudden.
It was 7-7. In fact, it was 7-5 for Kyle.
Right.
Since then.
And now Vagabond's
It's been all Vagabond.
match game.
That's right.
Set game.
Fight.
So now this is for all the marbles now for Kyle P. He's got to win this. He has to win 3 in a row. But you know what? Considering the way that this has been going, that's not unprecedented.
No, you can definitely do it. Definitely swing it for sure. Interrupted. But that said, Vagabond has been so good about chasing down against Kyle, about being mobile himself so that Kyle's mobility has not been as much of a factor. And, you know, there's some aspect of he's guessing right on mix-ups, that's for sure. But look at that. I mean, that's not nothing. That escape right there, it looks silly, but that means he was not near Laura when she had trigger, so that's cool.
Yeah, again, those EX uppercuts have been paying off so well. And I think Vagabond kind of can recognize...
Copy one more decision.
Oh,
the backdash!
Same thing again, yeah. That backdash in the corner has been helping him a lot, but...
Round 2.
I have a funny feeling Kyle P just keeps thinking, so everything that he's doing right now, I feel like he wouldn't possibly do that again. But then, sure enough, Vagabond has it, backdashing in the corner, and EX uppercutting in the middle of block strings.
Right. That's true when it comes to the mix-ups, but this neutral game has been so well dominated by Vagabond. Okay, this is a big chance. A lot of damage, of course. The setup, huge, the stun!
Stun, yes. Kyle P is going to be able to stay alive if he doesn't drop this. Yes, there it is.
First round in how many?
9 in 10, basically.
Yikes.
Well, let's see if he can continue this. He has to win this round, otherwise he is done.
The control by Vagabond in neutral has not really been like normals and size modes. It's been more about mobility, but that said, Kyle has had some great entrances in the last 2 rounds.
Fireball still coming, yeah. But good block and a punish from Vagabond.
Kyle moving. Grounded play out of there.
Some third strike Makoto play there.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
Uppercut? Yeah, just regular uppercut.
That's a lot of damage.
Caught him out of an EX something. Not sure what that was, but now
one more
chunk
guess.
away, one chunk away.
Hey!
Oh, there it is. Vagabond ends up taking it with a 5-game win streak. It was 7-5 in favor of Kyle P. And then all of a sudden, it all just turned around and Vagabond rallied off 5 games in a row, losing only 1 round.
Yeah, yeah. That's such a big swing all of a sudden from how close it was before.
Right.
And then completely different situation. Yeah, I felt a huge part of it was the mobility on Vagabond's side, backdash, forward dash, all sorts of things. He started jumping more often himself.
Right.
He got a better read, I think, on when Kyle wanted to escape situations. Kyle loves backdash. He loves to be mobile. That's great, but you know, he didn't really change up how he was being mobile.
Right.
And
yeah,
although, as we were saying near the start, in fact, for the first half, we loved his mobility. We loved his movement.
And the variety of it.
And the variety of it. It wasn't changed, right? It stayed the same. So I think that was a big part of it. And then, I mean, that's what I would ascribe, I think, the majority of that last 5 games to. But certainly, the EXDP timing was great. Yeah. The mix-ups were great.
Honestly, I just felt like Vagabond really started using Kyle P's movement against him because the movement is kind of designed to slip through immediate attacks. You know, it's just kind of like, you know, smoke and mirrors, get them to human reaction, natural human reaction to react to things that you can get in there. But then Vagabond, like I said, I think he just kind of figured, if I punish it with this move, for example, like the backdash in the corner, which he did a bunch of times, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to discourage Kyle P from doing this again. I'm going to backdash in the corner again.
Right.
I'm going to backdash in the corner. I mean, that last 5 games, I mean, I almost wish I kept track of it. Had I known that was going to keep happening, I would have liked to have seen how many times that actually happened, because I felt like a lot of rounds were won off of that particular sequence. He took off that last bit of health because Kyle P kind of went for the, you know, Hail Mary
the round
EX.
ender,
Yeah,
I'm with you, but nice job to Vagabond. So it's going to be Vagabond versus 801 Strider.
Okay, so we will see the change in Laura styles.
That's right. We'll get a chance to see that. First, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a little bit.
right, congratulations to Noble's Vagabond here. You just took it over Kyle P. Very interesting here. It was super close. In fact, no one had a larger than 2-game lead by the 12th game, and that's when Kyle P had a 7-5 lead. But then you just rattle off 5 games in a row. Do you attribute that to anything? Did you make any hard reads, or what happened in those last 5 games?
Okay, so as you saw, I went to character select screen. I was
I
was like, you know what? Let me take a breather. I feel like I'm doing too much right now. You know, or at the same time, I'm doing too much when it comes to defense, but not doing enough on my neutral.
Okay.
So my neutral was lacking. So I took a little breather, and I'm like, one thing that really helped me out was recently at DreamHack, the way Haitani played. I was analyzing his videos, and really he barely walked. He was extremely active, just constant dashing in and out, getting in those right spaces for crouching strong, seismos, et cetera, et cetera. But one thing I did differently was I noticed I was like, my movement has been very lacking. I find myself walking back a lot. And to where that gives him the advantage, like he's taking his turns because he notices me constantly walking black. He is Kyle walking back. He is Kyle P, by the way, of course. So I definitely started to play a lot more active. I was like, let me work on my movement. Obviously, it comes down to the neutrals where I really dominate Laura. I can't let her get started. So I was dashing in and out of jump-in ranges, dashing out. I started to seismo less because I noticed that he had really good jump timing with my seismos. So I was like, I need to chill out with these. I'm losing like 40% off of a jump-in because of a bad seismo. So
yeah, I also noticed too that you used a lot of like EX uppercuts in the middle of his block strings, and then also, me and David were mentioning like there was a lot of round ends where you backdashed in the corner to avoid command throws.
Yes.
And it never seemed like you were discouraged from trying that. I mean, was there just like a read from you that Kyle just is going to be that aggressive that you can keep going to those kind of options?
Yeah. So I realized that towards like ending rounds, for round closers, he wanted to grab a command grab a lot. He went for command grab in a lot of situations, whether it was crouching light kick into command grab or it was a meaty EX command grab. So I was like, I had a pretty confident read towards like the end of the set. Initially, he was getting me with a lot of them. Like I got hit with like all the command grabs in the first half of the set. So I'm like, okay, so he likes to command grab a lot, and his V-skill movement was really good. So it definitely came down to where I was at like a disadvantage situationally and life-wise, but I knew that he would most likely try to go for a command grab closer. Because he thinks maybe I was gonna, just block and respect it. And for the EXDPs, I noticed like right off the first few games that he didn't care. He didn't try to bait at all. he didn't bait any of my EXDPs. So I was like, I'll definitely try to, EXDP my way out of those grimy situations. So, and you also mentioned the after block strings, after like EX fireball. She's really plus after that. So I was like, I need an invincible move. So I saw him always trying to pressure after EX fireball and block. So that's why I did DPs.
So I mean, one of the fascinating things that a lot of people at home don't get to see is like every time we go to break, like the players reconvene, they talk like, oh man, like, oh, you should have did this. Like what kind of things would you tell Kyle, like what he could have done in that match, maybe to have given himself a better chance?
I think that overall his movement was great. He had his movement. It really threw me off guard because Wolfcron, I play him all the time. He's the opposite. Wolfcron is the opposite. So in a way, me practicing with him it was kind of a double-edged sword, So his movement was great. I think one thing he can definitely improve on is towards the end of rounds, just wait for the opponent to kill themselves, Wait for them to kill themselves, because a lot of the rounds I noticed myself, I'm like, I'm taking the risk by doing a backdash or a DP, but I noticed that he wasn't waiting for me, so I was like, okay, I can take the risk.
Well, you said that you got caught by all the command throws at the beginning. And then before the match, you said that you noticed that 801 Strider likes to command throw a lot. Do you feel like now you might be ready for that?
I honestly think this was a really, really good set for like just to warm up for Gustavo, 801 Strider. So I'm definitely gonna be ready for a lot more ready than I was previously before the set. But he might do that reverse psychology where he's like, I'm not gonna command grab now. So who knows? This might be a double-edged sword as well.
Right, right. So you originally started in Texas, right? So you originally started playing in Texas. Like now that you're in Colorado, right?
Yes.
How's the scene over there for you?
Well, to be honest, I recently moved there. It's only been like 2-3 months.
Oh, okay.
So as far as reaching out to the scene and stuff, I'll be honest, I haven't been the best about it. I have a few friends like A4 Andre. He's he streams and he's a pretty big figure when it comes to the Colorado scene.
Right.
So he's been inviting me. They're talking about these monthlies they run.
Okay,
so
cool.
I definitely do want to support it. It's just it's pretty far, and on top of that, I do work another job as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
so
Okay.
it's hard getting the time for that.
So most of your training, because you said you've already mentioned a bunch of names like Wolf Crone and a bunch of guys. So you do play a lot of long sets with guys. Often, like maybe
Yes.
every day. How often do you do that?
Long sets, it goes, it depends. Honestly, it depends on my work schedule as well. But every 2 to 3 days, I'll play long sets with a different player. So every 2 to 3 days. So in a week, I'll get about 3-4 long sets with really good players.
And do you like seek out certain guys? Like I need practice on this matchup and everything.
Definitely. I'll
That's cool,
definitely be on
okay.
Facebook and I'll hit them up. Hey, Messenger. Hey, help me with this matchup. And
Nice.
it helps that, I've kind of built a name for myself. So those players, they'll definitely be like, okay, they're willing to, because it works. It's a win-win situation. They're getting the collie experience while me, I'm getting the other character experience. So it works out for me.
Yeah, it's always one of those you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of things. So
Mutualistic,
yeah,
definitely.
but good job and good luck against Gustavo. But let's
you.
take it over to David now, who's gonna be speaking with Mr. Kyle P.
Thanks.
All right, well, we had a chance to hear from Vagabond about his thoughts, how the set went. What's your initial reaction to how things went?
I mean, I didn't adapt. So this is my first time playing a long set in this type of setting. So it was like very good experience to kind of learn like what I can work on a long set, what I can kind of shorten with so that I can take that and put it into a short set like tournament setting. He helped me realize a lot of things that were like holes in my offense, especially in the end game. Okay. So yeah, I'm just excited to go back home and practice now.
Well, what in particular comes to mind?
Definitely the backdashing. Yeah, the backdashing really got me. I'm not used to someone like, especially Nikali, right, who kind of I feel has stiff movement, So when he started backdashing, I was like, oh, okay, I don't really know my normal ranges for like a backdash for Nikali. So yeah, so there's a lot of times where I was just uncomfortable. So yeah, it was good.
If you could go back now, I mean, even without having thought about it extra, I know that's going to help. But if you could go back now, what changes would you make immediately?
I would definitely try to shimmy more. Yeah, I would try to shimmy a little bit more because that would give me the block on all the DPs, and then it would just kind of help me assess the situation when he backdashes. Yeah.
Well, look, I love watching your style. You have a really interesting style of Laura, super movement heavy. That's fun. Do you feel like that's the best way to play the character?
I feel like the character is best placed with pressure, and I think that knowing what your opponent is looking for, if I jump a lot, now he's going to be looking more for a DP, so then I can do button V-skill forward. And then instead of doing command grab, I do jab. Like I got a counter hit maybe once or twice. So I think that just having the V-skill option is very strong. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was super cool. Are you going to be traveling around? Are we going to see you more in Street Fighter V as well as in Marvel 3?
Yeah. I'm going to try to make it out CEO. Evo for sure. And then I'll also be at Canada Cup up in Vancouver. So that'll be fun too.
Cool. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you today, but it was definitely really cool to watch. So let's go back up to the desk, and we're going to get a quick conversation with James and Gustavo 801 Strider.
All right, so I'm here with Mr. Gustavo. How's it going?
It's going good, man.
You are the reigning king here, and it's interesting because the fact that Kyle P plays your character, you get a lot of preview here. You got to see a lot of what Vagabond, has against Laura. But the question is, how do you feel like your Laura plays in comparison to Kyle P's? Do you feel like you have a similar style or a completely different style?
I wish I had a similar style. That was fun to watch, man. I was just sitting there, just getting hype. Yeah. No, I'm a bit slower, lamer. I try to control the neutral a bit more.
Right.
Once I get my opportunity, I'll take advantage of it. I don't think as much as Kyle. I don't think I'm as relentless as him, but yeah, there's some differences there.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, like, because there's obviously yourself, there's Kyle, there's Wolfcone, Idom, right? So all like some great Laura players, but Laura doesn't really have huge success in tournaments right now. And, you know, she's one of the Terror 3 that everyone always talks about, like her, Balrog, and Urian. And all three of those characters don't seem to have at the same kind the tournament results to back up that kind of fear. But, like, one, do you feel like Laura deserves that kind of reputation of being, like, really scary character? And two, why do you think she hasn't done that well in tournaments?
So, to answer the first question, she is scary, honestly. Okay. The reason why people have her in this pedestal is that she's a round stealer. She will, if she has full V trigger, she can take the round away from you in a split second, you know?
Right.
She has a lot of bad matchups, though. I don't think she's top 3. I think she's top 3 in comebacks, for sure. I mean, she's never out.
Right.
But I feel like there's better characters in the game. But also, you know, there's not... Laura players don't really travel too much to tournaments. You know, Idom, he's not like he's not going to travel anywhere. Wolfcrone, I don't think he's traveled to many tournaments. I don't think he went to NCR or to any of the recent tournaments. I stopped traveling after NCR. I'll be going to Combo Breaker.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
But yeah, we just don't travel.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because, you know, Wolfcrone, who is a controversial player, you know, in certain ways. Yeah, but he's been doing well at E-League, and I saw you write a tweet. You're like, you know what? I'm actually hyped for him because you like watching his gameplay, right?
Honestly, like, him as a person, I don't know Josh that well.
Right,
I can't judge him as a person. As a player, he's a great player. Yeah, like I honestly learned a lot just watching him play, and it's awesome. Like, you know, when we meet up in tournaments, we'll talk about matchups. We'll share some tips here and there. You know, I'm cool with him. I know he's opened his mouth a few too many times, but nothing personal against me. So.
Well, I mean, also because you know you've been sharing tactics with him. I mean, obviously you probably learned a lot from watching Kyle as well, you know, with a lot of the mix-ups, but do you also, like, watch a lot of Idom? Do you get a lot of his stuff?
Absolutely. That's what I do, man. I watch all the Laura players.
Right. And where would you, like, not to put you on the spot here, but, like, how would you rank, like, the Laura players right now? Who do you think is the strongest Laura in the United States?
In the States, I think Wolfcrone's the strongest.
Really?
Right
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think Crone's the strongest.
Okay.
And then after that, it's whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, do you feel like you're ready for this matchup here right now against Vagabond? You think you have? I mean, how much Necalli experience do you have?
I have enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
nice.
Every other player plays Necalli, so
nice. Yeah. I have enough. You know? And so you said you're gonna try to make it to Combo Breaker, right? What about CEO, Evo? Are we gonna see you in any of those?
I'll be attending to all of them.
Okay, awesome. Well, I look forward because I still remember, I think it was 2 years ago, you had that great run at CEO. You got to grand finals, right? So, yeah, see if you can repeat that as well.
I'm hoping so, too.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break, and when we come back, you're going to be running your first attend with Vagabond. You guys don't want to miss that, so stick around.
All right, welcome back to the King of the Hill. It's going to be now the King of the Hill versus Vagabond. King is 801 Strider.
That's right, and Vagabond is the challenger to the throne. And so, again, it's really interesting kind of a situation here because Vagabond basically just got some good Laura training.
He definitely did.
But Gustavo got a lot of information out of that to see how Vagabond wants to handle a bunch of stuff. And in fact, because he plays such a different style, I mean, he was saying like he was just watching Kyle and he was just like, oh my God, this looks so fun,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But he says he plays more deliberate.
Yeah.
You know, it might actually benefit. It might take Vagabond a few games to adjust from crazy Kyle to, you know, calm 801 Strider.
Well, and when Vagabond was talking about how he plays against Wolfkrone regularly and that he plays a different style than Kyle does, and so it took him a little while to adapt.
Right.
I think that goes to your point, that it may take a little while.
Yeah.
And when Kyle was interviewed at the start, when you were talking with him, he said that, you know, people can play characters so differently in this game. And that is, I think, true, but I would say Laura is one of the most true.
Yeah.
Different Lauras are super different. You
Yeah.
can be very grounded and patient with her and just look for the big blow up, or you can be very movement heavy and very insistent about it. And there's this huge continuum of different styles that I think are doable. And so adapting to the different ones is not that easy.
And again, not because, you know, I wanted to see Kyle lose or anything like that, but, you know, I mentioned at the very start, I thought it would just be fascinating to see the two different Laura styles against Vagabond. So, you know, it is cool that Vagabond has won, and we're going to get to see that now and see this kind of harsh contrast between the two Lauras and seeing how one single player, Vagabond, has to react and adapt to both. And I think that's just going to be really cool to watch.
There's a lot of creativity in a character like Laura.
Yeah.
As far as the player goes, so many different choices that you can make. Do you prioritize V-skill movement, or do you prioritize grounded buttons, or do you want to pressure with setup type mix-ups, or is it just more frontal kind of basic mix-ups? I mean, there's a lot of different stuff you can do.
I mean, honestly, watching Kyle P play Laura, it does make me want to try using her.
You know what? I told Kyle that, and he was like, yeah, a lot of people tell me that.
Yeah,
Because he just plays that funky style.
Yeah.
But all right, anyway, we're into it. Noble Vagabond versus 801 Strider. Reigning King of the Hill, first to 10, of course.
Yep. Yeah, you can see already just kind of more poke sequences, you know what I mean? Less of the V-skill dash back and forth. He did crouching medium kick into fireball, which I'm not sure we saw Kyle P do ever. Yeah, see, it's more buttons. Less V-skill command dashes.
And escaped immediately. Yeah, look at this play right now. Dashing around with regular dashes, not so much setting things up. There's a little bit of V-skill. Blocking, and then some patient grounded stuff. So you really can see, even in this first round, the big differences. But that's it. Vagabond now with the corner.
Block on the overhead. Yeah. Yeah, see, look at this. It's very slow approach, right? It actually feels like a neutral game, whereas Kyle was just kind of...
Interrupted. EX for the win? Yes.
And you know, that might have been a great example right there, is that canceling in a command dash. Vagabond's already been trained on that now. So,
looking for it.
Yeah, so he just sees it right away as soon as it happens.
Great jump timing. Got him in. Strider's trying to find something to get out of there.
Was that supposed... Oh, maybe he just did it too early.
Yeah, might have been looking for the anti-air version.
Okay, gets the V-trigger activated. Laura gets V-trigger pretty quickly.
So Vagabond mentioned that he stopped doing as many seismos because of Kyle's movement, and we see now that there's not as much movement from Strider. He's bringing out the seismos again, so that's a pretty quick adaptation.
Yeah, I like that adjustment. Oh! But you know what? Vagabond got away with that a lot against both players. Well, I mean, against Kyle, and now he gets away. He manages to land it here, that neutral jump shimmy.
That jump fierce is one of the better ones in the game for hitting right below you.
And like I said, the shimmy is, it's not about movement. The shimmy is not about any of that stuff. It's just about a weird delayed gap. That's why the nose movement shimmy, where you just crouch there, works. That's why walk backwards works. That's why neutral jump works. As long as you put a little delay, it feels like you're getting thrown, and that's what tricks everybody.
So Vagabond continues to move himself. It's not that Strider is playing patiently, so Vagabond is. Vagabond is still moving around a lot. But Strider, big life lead. Doesn't need to overcommit, and he knows it. Okay, here comes Vagabond now with big chance. Jump OS back.
Yeah, surprised though. I mean, a lot of Lauras do that with the roundhouse button when they do the jump back OS because it makes her jump shorter weirdly. Ooh,
There it is.
Yeah, just poking. All right, so Strider takes his first round.
Round 2. Fight.
We haven't really seen the big EXDP escape yet from Vagabond, but I think part of that is because Strider's pressure hasn't really been that oppressive.
Yeah, and you could probably imagine that he would block a lot more, but nice call out on the Seismo with the towards heavy. All right, but like you said, a lot more Seismos from Vagabond, so now that we're playing more of a neutral footsie kind of game, you know, that is one of Necalli's best footsie tools.
Sure.
But as 801 Strider says, even though he's obviously not
Ooh, mistimed it.
though he's not as crazy aggressive, he still recognizes Laura's damage potential and momentum. Ooh, got shimmied. Missed the second stomp.
No anti-air either. He is just caught there. You can see he's not ready for the jump and he's not ready for the pressure. Love Vagabond taking advantage of it.
What? Oh, wow, wake up buttons. Hey, you know what? Vagabond said that.
EXDP finally comes and it's going to be a big punish in the game.
Remember when Vagabond said at the very, very beginning, he said that the highest level of players will wake up jab at the round end? That's exactly what happened right there. He got him with the command throw, and Gustavo woke up with the stand jab as opposed to the throw or the jump out of the corner. So Vagabond basically predicted that round end.
Yeah. Hard to see it coming, though.
Yeah, exactly. In the moment like that, yeah. That's what separates a lot of the players, is being ready for every moment. Ooh, he's gonna get in there, yeah. And it was a cross-up too, benefit to him. Well, here we go. Gustavo's done a lot of wake-up buttons now. Again, like I said, another benefit of Laura, though, is that her wake-up button does cause that counter-hit pushback. And you see right there, he went for the regular throw instead of the command throw.
Right.
So he can't get punished. That's something that I don't think we saw Kyle P do much.
Hanging out there. Big damage. One more. Ooh.
Sets up a fireball instead. See, I almost feel like he was expecting some forward movement because of playing against Kyle a lot. So when that fireball came out, he was like, what?
Big chance. Some good damage to the knockdown. And he goes for a big look on the counter hit. Not timed.
Oh, boy.
Now, it's a big risk to take. I mean, you can see against Laura, the penalty for getting the wrong DP is gigantic. That was one mix-up after a hit.
And
Two mix-ups, you're dead.
Again. Regular throw again. I like that. I like that option. But we can already see here that EX uppercut that was working so well against Kyle P here. I think he's 1 for 3 now on landing that, somewhere around there.
Vagabond even mentioned it. He said that he thought that Kyle P should probably not have gone in as often as he did. Probably have stuck back a little bit. And that is what Strider's doing. And look, it's not the case that Strider's like not going in. He's going in. It's just a question of how often and where and with what.
Yeah, and he's predicting when. And right there, you see that backdash. Kyle P went for the command throw every time. Was able to get a big old punish. That time, Strider just went for the regular throw because he was like, maybe he might do something to avoid it.
Exactly.
Gosh, damage. Oh, God.
Oh, no. Sweet.
Yeah. Was that supposed to be maybe a fear reversal? Maybe he was and just didn't hit forward on the controller properly. In any case, right now, 801 Strider, yeah, definitely taking a lot of control over this. And yeah, so those moments that he's been able to find to dash in and get those command throws are set up by this careful play. Now the sudden approach is harder to read and more surprising. So that's why he can get away with those. Whereas Kyle P was so relentless with it that you were expecting it the entire time.
Oh, wow, jump fierce though.
Oh, no. Wow.
Oh, the weight.
Oh, beautiful.
The weight.
Yeah.
It's looking very good right now for 801 Strider.
Yeah.
I like his timings. I like when he pressures and with what. I mean, as you mentioned, that regular grab rather than the command grab. it's a very similar idea. You think the opponent's going to block, so here's what you do to take advantage of that. But one is, I'm sure you're going to block. And the other one is, you might backdash or jump. So I should, you know, that's a different mindset, and you can see the benefit of it.
Nice confirm on the towards heavy. Goes for it again. Oh, God. He's really ready for the anti-airs right now, and it's because he's not moving around as much. You know, since he's staying still, it's a little bit easier to be ready for the anti-airs.
Great call out on the Seismo placing. Again. Excellent timings on those.
Confirm off of the counter hit light. Into the corner. Oh, another crush counter. Doesn't even need the volt charge afterwards. And Gustavo is on a roll right now. Again, back to this careful play.
And that's more careful play from Vagabond than we saw. Remember, even at the start when he won the first game, he was back and forth, moving everywhere, and he's not right now. He's not playing that game. Okay, there's a little bit.
Okay, finally gets that EX uppercut. Oh, man. That's like the second or third time that Gustavo has just kind of threaded those Seismos with a forward movement of some buttons. Double trade.
Yeah. Oh! In the corner now, and that's not what we want to be, but it's going to work out. No!
Not enough to kill.
He just didn't think it was going to hit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did jump fierce and then jab, and he was like, oh, it's hitting, so I should do another jab. But yeah, you're right. He probably should have done EXDP.
Well, it doesn't matter. He gets the round anyway and gets to save all of this meter in there, so he can spend it right away. All right. Build some of that V-trigger meter. Ooh. Gets the knockdown. I feel like we barely ever saw Kyle P use the medium bolt charges for that throw follow-up. I don't remember ever seeing that happen. He would always go for the light one to keep the pressure going.
V-trigger and super.
Ooh, counter hit, but nothing.
Gustavo playing it patiently.
Ooh, he just missed with that Seismo. And now, went to the other side, but managed to block in time.
Oh, the escape!
Oh, that was so...
that was good stuff.
Beautiful!
That was good stuff.
Great reaction, but not enough to kill. Okay, patience.
There it is.
Okay, went for the armor, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely understand that from Gustavo looking for that there, but... Nope, Vagabond was blocking at the time. He was playing patiently at the time, and that's a good sign for him, so he takes another game.
Well, I said Gustavo was on a roll. He had won 7 rounds in a row, and then I commentator cursed him because Vagabond took 2 in a row afterwards.
Hey, recall how Kyle versus Vagabond, when it was 2 games, 3 games, 2 games, 3 games. I mean, that we're in that same kind of a space right now. We'll see.
Oh, able to link off of that. Interesting. I mean, that's the problem with Nakali right there. Not a lot of far range pokes, so it's very easy to sweep him at max range and not have him be able to punish. Ooh, traded. Counter hit, but too far. Might have been that pushback again.
Lots of just grounded stuff from Strider. He hasn't jumped in a while. He's just been on the ground.
Yeah. Again, gets right through those Seismos. Ooh, I like the EX uppercut. Everything else probably would have traded with the fireball or something. Oh my god, and then 801 Strider just gets in there with a mix-up command throw. Takes that round 1.
I think back to that grounded play in that round. That was just 801 Strider navigating the ground. He wasn't moving into the air. He was just, it's not even that he was controlling things. He was getting around Nakali's control, but he managed to do it pretty well.
I like Vagabond challenging with the fireball out in front of him. A lot of players play very scared in that situation.
One jump in.
Surprise command dash into the command throw.
Just mistimed the crush counter button right there. Vagabond with the nice wake up delay. Or quick rise, I guess.
Ooh, confirmed into the V-trigger cancel. Big damage.
A lot of incidental hits right there.
Yeah.
Oh! Little risky. Anti-air was there. Command grab one more. Either way, really, one more.
I thought he was going to push him probably into the fireball. Instead, went for the command throw. And then again, going with the crouching medium into volt charge. I keep calling it volt charge, bolt charge.
It's bolt charge?
I think so.
I have no idea, man.
Now I need to make sure.
It's elbow.
Call it volt charge. So
Elbow it
sounds like
is. Bit of an interruption from Strider. And look at the whip punish there on forward. Fierce.
Bolt.
Bolt. Elbow it is.
Ooh, just interrupted the Seismo. Didn't actually manage to get that out in time.
Man, there are just so few jump-ins coming from Strider. He's jumped a couple of times in the last few games, but it's been farther away. It's been a cross-up. It's only been one true jump-in in like 2-3 games now.
I like that, though.
Yo, yeah.
Grounded play. If you can win off of the ground and you don't need the jump, jump is kind of like an emergency thing, you know? Like, I don't want to call it a desperation, but like a hard read.
It sure is.
Oh, no. Point blank Seismo. Not sure what that was all about.
Round 2. Fight.
Maybe that's a sign of Vagabond wants to be more movement heavy, dashing toward it to start not zoning. Right? Yeah, that really seems the intention of this round so far. Pressure.
Trying to find that stun, but then just gets countered. And just like that, goes for the regular throw. But see, I like the regular throw option. Empty jump, nice. And now it's Vagabond who's in danger of being stunned. Regular
One more.
throw again. Oh, that was the counter poke. And 801 Strider says, you know what, I don't even need to build meter because I've taken this game. Let's do this.
I love the idea. I love the intention behind that round for Vagabond to go in more insistently, you know, make it happen faster, not zone, rather go in and play his own offense. And he did, and it was working out great. And then there was that counter hit from Strider. There was the little moment where he found the button that turned it all around. But the idea, I think, behind it from Vagabond is sound. You can see right now he's trying to counter poke and play patiently, and it's not working out terribly well.
Yeah, again, this beautiful footsie game right now from 801 Strider. Look at him, just avoiding everything.
Oh, yeah.
Just back command dash to Seismo, forward dash basically to take advantage of the whiffed standing heavy kick. And then using the armor out of nowhere like that? That's a pretty strong call out in that armor situation. And I almost felt like Vagabond didn't have the punish on that command throw off of the back dash just because he's so used to 801 Strider going for regular throws or something.
Didn't expect it.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, man.
I love the variations off that.
Yeah. 801 Strider definitely is using the threat of the command throw a lot more. The implied threat of getting command throw is what is giving 801 Strider a lot of play. A nice jump back throw, yes, but here comes Vagabond. Gets the corner position now. This is where you... Oh, no, too far away. Oh, boy. Oh,
huge.
Yeah, he hadn't done that all day, and there it is right there. It's the perfect example. Oh, God.
He was keeping his eyes open. Nice. Vagabond, one more mix-up can do it.
Oh, yeah, he can absolutely take this with one critical arm cancel.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Oh.
I like that he pressed the button, though. There have been a lot of mix-ups out of that, and Strider didn't have that ready to go.
Just trying to delay it. Not committing to the stomps just yet. But that's because you can only commit to the light stomp on that situation, and that's punishable.
Chip damage is becoming relevant.
Oh.
Chip, if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Very nice. No.
Still did it anyway.
Yeah, actually, I really like it now that I think about it. That was a little bit later. If he had done it earlier, there would have been a chance for the view reversal coming out.
You're right.
But since Laura was no longer in block stun, no view reversal, and it's just super fast and invincible, so there's nothing to do for Laura to get out of that. She was busted.
Yeah, Laura doesn't really have any invincible moves at all.
Yeah, very, very smart timing.
Yeah, you're right. Had he had canceled into it, he just would have been able to view reversal for free. Well, that was an expensive way to drain that little bit of life, but better to stay alive than not. So he's got to build up a lot of meter right now, and he's definitely down in life. Oh, just missed. There's that really frustration when the character's normals push them forward, and then they slide out of your cross-up range.
Yeah. Strider still grounded. Jumping every now and then, but not true jump-ins. They're farther range jump-ins. Look at that, dash into the business. One more. That said, Vagabond only needs 2 more.
Just needs to get a tiny little bar as well. If he gets another bar, then it would only be 1 more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In fact, he probably might be at a point where a combo will just give him the meter.
Oh, if he and the overhead takes it. What a comeback by Vagabond.
Nicely done.
Macaulay wins.
He's keeping within striking distance, 5-3 now.
Round 1.
Right. Alright, winning that standoff with the early round buttons. Gets the counter hit. Now 801 Strider coming back, but now look at this. The wall of seismos. Can you make it through? Good anti-air, and he's gonna get the counter hit. Okay, this round looking great for Vagabond.
Yeah, I'll say, controlling the whole neutral state. Wow, but what an escape. Strider was ready for that.
Yeah, good escape. Oh god, I love that jab uppercut option.
He did not see the combo completing. I don't know what happened there for Vagabond, but well,
Too far.
trying to be just at max distance, but he was outside of it.
All right.
Round 2.
Well, Vagabond now. Well, I'm not gonna jinx him, so.
Alrighty.
Okay. Trying to find his way in there, and again, you know, even though Strider's not getting in there right away, that's just, it's not a problem for Laura, because once she gets in there, this happens.
Right.
So like biding your time, finding the right time to get in is, the payoff can be so huge for her.
Sure, she can absolutely afford to do that.
Oh!
There have been so many variations after that blocked elbow right there. To see neutral jump is a new one on me.
No anti-airs, gets in there for the command throw.
Great movement from Vagabond, in and out, in and out. He knows that if Strider finds a good hit, that's going to be it. And he did!
That was sick. Towards heavy to slide right under that crossover. Oh, timed it a little too early.
Vagabond's still very much in this. Super's on deck. There it is.
Just the jab. Just the jab. Just the light punch. It's going to do it for 801 Strider. But again, that's that threat of that command throw again. The implied threat of the command throw. God, the fact that he goes under like that. He's
yeah, it's really good.
Command dash. He's done it with a towards heavy.
Yeah, I love it.
Just catch people by surprise.
There is a spot where it's difficult for her to anti-air, but you can just get under.
Oh my god, that just clipped. Surprised that actually just beat Nikali's jump attacks with how good Nikali's jump attacks usually are. Nice, again. That fake left-right makes up into the command throw.
A lot of patience for Strider as he tries to come in. EX was not patient, but you know, he was patient when I said it, so I'll take that.
Ooh, just
a little bit off on the whip punish. She was very close, not quite.
yeah, but Nikali's so dangerous now with all that meters, got the V trigger all ready to go.
Yeah, now it's risky to charge up fireballs too, so you see Strider going in instead.
That crush counter the armor or? Oh, that was the command throw. That was the EX command throw. Oh my god, that's gonna take it.
Yes.
Jeez, the life just disappeared. I feel like I blinked and then all of a sudden Nikali was dead.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, that can happen.
Yeah, I like what Gustavo said about Laura and, you know, the terror characters. It's less that they're necessarily the best characters. It's just that you get so many rounds stolen from you, you know, with their crazy comeback factor that it feels more frustrating than other characters.
I have to say, Vagabond has really blocked well in most of the situations. He's taking grabs now and then, but he hasn't gotten caught on counter hit too often.
Yeah.
Well, there's a big problem, I guess. That's a round.
Well, I mean,
but in general, he's been good about it.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing about it is that uppercut wasn't even necessarily a bad idea because you know what? He was probably hoping Gustavo had the same read that you did, right? Like, oh, his defense has been pretty good, right? So that he's going to be trying to be aggressive on his defense, so he found the right time to sneak in an uppercut. But Gustavo somehow was ready for it. Ooh, not sure what Gustavo was trying to do.
That might have been heavy elbow.
Yeah.
That he just screwed up. Strider now knows that he has a ton of control, so he doesn't need to jump, but he actually did go in too hard.
Yeah, just too early with that. The fireball wasn't close enough. And wow, uses a V reversal, so that means no V trigger for him.
Yeah, you might as well just commit to that at this point. Oh, super, no! Had the super ready to go, and Strider just took the risk. And yeah, you see Vagabond knows, oh man, how did I miss that?
The Gustavo special. I have seen him do that. He did that a lot last week, and he did it here. Basically, he throws that EX, and if he sees you jump, he just armor elbows in as the anti-air. He definitely does that a lot, and it pays off for him.
A lot of characters have ways to punish jump back OS or just jump back. Certainly she does. So Vagabond now takes a little bit of time. And he did this in the previous set too, and when he came back from it, he looked better. So we'll see if the same result applies here. No switch on the character, just, of course, taking a little bit of time to think about things. You could see when he had his head in his hand, he was not a happy camper.
7-3 right now, and remember, the biggest lead in the last set was only 2.
Right, right.
And then he was able to rattle off 5 in a row and eventually take that with a 3-game lead. But we already have a 4-game lead here for Strider, so this is a bigger lead than either player had even had from the first set. Nice.
So we'll have to keep an eye on what he does to change things up. Wake up jab is something we haven't seen very often from him.
Did he go to character select just now?
He did.
Yeah, okay. That's what that was kind of a big turnaround for him in the last one. He talked about how as soon as he did that, oh, there we go, a backdash in the corner. Was that an
little setup
whiff? Okay.
Pressuring now, like the jump timing, we haven't seen the jump either in that situation. So we are seeing some changes actually out of Vagabond.
Well, against Kyle P,
there you go.
The interesting thing was that when he went to character select and made the adjustment, he slowed, well, he tried to move a little bit more,
yes, he moved more.
He moved more, but I feel like the adjustment here is that he's trying to be a little more aggressive, like trying to put Strider on the back foot, because yeah, for the last few games, it has definitely been him trying to react to what Strider is doing, as opposed to forcing Strider to react to his stuff.
Agreed. And that aggression is not just in the neutral game, and it's not just playing pressure, it's also what do you do on wake up? It's not just blocking or backdashing. We've already seen wake up buttons twice in this game, something we didn't see very often before.
Ooh, nice.
Great timing.
Yeah, again, look, just much more aggressive, trying to be more forward-moving, forcing 801 Strider to play on the defense.
Well, Strider has a big advantage right now, and he knows it. Oh, nothing.
Oh,
there it is.
The backdash to avoid. And, you know, that's interesting, because now it feels like, you know, 801 Strider's like, he's being a little more aggressive here. And maybe a little bit of a desperate play there from 801 Strider. Like in those situations earlier, we saw him go for regular throws instead.
Round 1. Fight.
He's going to have to see this extra aggression by Vagabond and figure out something to do around it.
Okay.
Well, he was ready for the anti-air, so that's one thing to do, is be solid on your anti-airs and on your spacing. And with your pressure timing so that the opponent cannot do wake up button. Yeah, just ready for it again. Twice this round. And keep in mind, remember when we were talking about how rarely Strider jumped? There were whole games where he would jump once, and we've already seen it twice in this round.
Yeah. Trying to figure out a way to get in, and again, that's a little bit of a sign maybe of a little bit of desperation from Gustavo's part.
Might be an intention to beat the opponent's aggression. It's hard to be aggressive and also be good on dragon punches, but Vagabond has been.
Well, 801 Strider definitely not out of this yet. Laura's basically never out of a round.
Yeah, well, until she dies, which she did.
never out of a round until you die. It's true, though.
It is true. Factually true.
I mean, we just saw there was that viral video recently of that ridiculous Flash comeback against, was it a Batman player or something like that?
Oh, wasn't that just from Toryuken?
Oh, was that from
Wasn't that just like Honeybee the other day?
Oh, was it? Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to watch. Right now, there is more mobility out of Vagabond, and he's not being actually as aggressive as he was at the start. Maybe the intention was to catch Strider off guard and then go back to the other style of play.
Oh, baits out the uppercut there. Yeah, because you go for that left-right mix-up, and of course the opponent is going to want to do like, hey, check out my trickiness here, so you're going to EX uppercut in that situation. But 801 Strider, we've already seen him bait out enough EX uppercuts that you got to think about that. But, you know, I wonder if 801 Strider would have had that read had he not watched versus Kyle P, you know?
Hard to know. Look at these buttons coming out.
Oh, man.
And then the grab to take advantage.
Oh, yeah, just tried to get out of there, but still couldn't actually V-reversal it in time.
No!
Nice. Confirm.
Yeah, jump short's really good.
Yeah.
Looking for counter hits, and then there's the EXDP. It finally came.
Again, another EXDP baited out. 8-4.
So I really like the extra aggression from Vagabond, but I gotta tell you, I didn't see it much in that game. I saw it in the previous game after he came back from character select, but there it seemed to me like he was playing basically the same as how he had played before.
Right.
And it's hard to be consistent when you have somebody like Gustavo who is so good on anti-airs and spacing and all that stuff. Hard to be aggressive consistently.
Right, still trying to play a little bit more of this aggressive play from Vagabond. You see him going in a little bit more here. Oh no, backing off a little bit now. Oh wow.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of that. It feels to me like he wanted to make that change and that he hasn't kept up with it.
It's so hard to fall back into old habits sometimes, you know, like you're like, I'm gonna be more aggressive, and you be more aggressive for like a game and a half, and then all of a sudden it's not even like anything that the other person did to stop you from doing it, unless it's an obvious mess up, but I feel like it's just like a slow fade out for Vagabond
I'm with you. And then after those EXDPs were blocked, Strider goes for the command grab, expecting that he will have taught Vagabond to sit still.
Yeah, good call, good call.
Ooh.
Oh my god. It's gonna be big old damage. But again, Laura, one of the rare Capcom female character with a good amount of health.
That's right, yeah. Perfect spacing and waiting for it too with Strider. Trying to interrupt. And here's Strider just like that. He has super, trigger still up, tons of damage and stun happening. One more is gonna do it.
Yeah. Oh god, again, same kind of situation.
Yeah.
Trained him not to hit any buttons, no EX uppercuts on wake up.
Yeah.
And so he was able to finish it off with that command throw again. 801 Strider now with a 5-game lead at set game.
Think back to earlier in the set when he was doing regular grabs a lot. There were not that many command grabs every now and then, but not that often. And now as the set's gone on and he feels like he's gotten a better read on things, bring out the command grabs. Extra stun and damage, might as well do it.
Okay, counter hit confirmed.
Yep, little interrupt. So
now
I feel like Vagabond's trying to make this aggression happen again, but Strider is there with the anti-airs. And so the question is, how do you make something happen if you can't jump?
Oh, that's going to be punished.
Here's a chance.
Just missed his combo. So there we go, into the corner.
Ready!
Oh, he's seen so many neutral jump shimmies from him that time 801 Strider had that ready to go to stop the neutral jump. But here comes Vagabond. He got right back in there. And he's going to confirm into the critical art. There is Vagabond taking round number 1.
And now there's even counter hit pushback. See it?
Yeah.
But Necalli is crouching strong, I guess, is legit enough to still combo anyways.
Round 2. Fight.
Lots of trading in range right there. Neither one's jumping. For Strider, he doesn't need to, and for Vagabond, he's been taught not to.
Man, these mix-ups and then into the stun. Then we get fancy Laura. Oh, that was a reset.
It's pretty sick right there.
Got the reset, so he gets all the damage. 801 Strider now. Set point.
Final round.
Match point.
Fight.
It's King point.
Oh, God, it's so beautiful watching him to escape like that. Love it.
All of a sudden jumping. And for Vagabond, you just haven't seen the approach. Look at that. So ready for all this Strider.
Nerves definitely building up on Vagabond's side. He knows that this could be it right there, and he's already down over half life.
At this rate, it's going to be it, but he has triggered. A little bit off on the timings. That said, Super's on deck, so he is all locked and loaded. He can make this happen, but is he going to get a chance? Can he make it happen? I don't know.
Oh, here we go. It's a great opportunity, but I don't know if it was the range that caused that stomp not to combo. Oh, no. Not quite enough.
Hey! Oh, no. Hold on, though. Vagabond is alive.
Okay, 801's trying to... Oh, here
Big
we go.
chance. He does Super. He's going to get the corner out of this. This is actually a pretty good situation for him. If he can find one more mix-up, he can take it.
Look at all that life
What he
drain.
gets.
Trying to go for the fake throw, yeah. Oh, and then 801 Strider just with the walk-up throw to finish it. After all is said and done, it is the regular throw that, you know, that we were praising so much earlier on that did the job right there. And again, a huge advantage of those regular throws because Vagabond, obviously, we've seen already, he's had a lot of great moments where he called out those command throws and he was able to punish them. So Gustavo, I mentioned it even in the Kyle P match. I was like, I think Kyle P should go for more regular throws. And there it was right there.
That's certainly something that we saw from Gustavo. He did at times go in for command grabs. It's not like that was not in there. But it felt like that came after particular things happened, right?
Yes, yeah.
EXDP gets blocked a couple of times. Okay. Now it's time for command grab because you're going to block because you're worried. Other than that, there were a ton of regular grabs. Right. And that was smart play. It's somebody who knows that his character has damage output and mix-ups that are strong enough that you don't need to commit every time. Because when you do find the hit, you do find the grab, it's going to be real enough that you can afford to not get maximum stuff otherwise.
Right. And again, it's just... you know, really fascinating to see the difference. And, you know, like Kyle P, like, I love his Laura. I thought it was really great, and it was really fun to watch. And I think he's a really strong player. But it was just so interesting to see how Gustavo approached it differently and really was, you know, I mentioned that Kyle is trying to confuse you, keep you from being able to think about what to do in the situation, kind of overwhelm you. Yeah. And Gustavo felt more kind of like this, like weight kind of coming down on you, like trying to control you a little bit more. Very, very cool to see the two different styles like that.
I'm with you. Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, let's talk with the players about that. Interested to hear their thoughts. Yeah. We'll be back in a bit.
All right, everyone, I'm here with Noble's Vagabond here. You just played a 14-game set with Gustavo, and it's interesting. I mean, I joked before we came on here, 31 matches versus Laura. It's got to be mentally exhausting. But, you know, me and David were talking about how fascinating it was to see how different Gustavo and Kyle were. Playing against Kyle and then going to play against Gustavo, what did you feel like helped you with the Kyle P, playing him, what did playing him help you with in this matchup? And then was there anything you felt like might have hurt you?
So what helped me was obviously I got some Laura warm up, you know, dealing with her mix-ups. Somewhat, although Kyle P had very different mix-ups than Gustavo. Gustavo chose to play a more passive mix-up game, if that makes any sense. So just, you know, the experience in itself, playing against Laura, getting warmed up, that was actually really beneficial. But their play styles were so different to where it was hard adapting. I had to honestly really slow down my game against Gustavo because he himself was playing really slow. So like initially, I was killing myself a lot. Then I took a little break, and I was like, you know, let me slow it down a little bit. So I did a little better than after that. But yes.
I mean, it felt like after you even did you went to character select again like you did last time, and that helped you a lot against Kyle. But it did look like you were trying to be a little more aggressive at one point as well.
Well, towards the end, I was like, I was really getting outplayed in the neutral, like the mid range. So I was like, let me try to throw him off by dashing up a little bit more. But he definitely played really solid regardless, you know.
Okay. I mean, right now after you lose, you always kind of sit there and you think about it. You're like, oh man, you know, what kind of ideas do you have, or is this just one of those situations you're gonna have to go back and look at the tapes? You know.
Well, definitely. Like while we were playing, I noticed a few things. I was really like I wasn't used to the way he uses crouching medium kick. I didn't realize it was such a good counter poke in that mid range. So it would go like even under a lot of my normals. So I was like, I need to do crouching strong. But then there was a lot of other factors that came into play too, worrying about if I'm doing preemptive crouching strongs, he has a roundhouse. So the neutral overall was just it was definitely just like a slow poke versus poke. Whoever gets the like the confirm goes into their momentum. So like that.
And you probably haven't had a chance to play IDOM. Not a lot of people have. But, you know, you've played against 3 different Lauras now. You know, where would you rank them, you know, Wolf Crone, 801 Strider, Kyle, you know, at this point in time?
I think ranking wouldn't be fair. I'd say, you know, because there's results and there's a lot of other factors that come into play. So I wouldn't necessarily rank them as 1, 2, 3, but
can you describe their style?
Yeah, exactly. They have definitely. I'd say they have very different play styles. Wolf Crown is more of a controlled madness kind of player. He knows what he's doing. Like he's really on point with his anti-airs, and he knows how to convert off of situations. But Gustavo's neutral was a lot better. So that neutral, he definitely forced me to play. And then Kyle P's mix-ups were crazy. So they all have their own little thing, you know, for sure.
Cool. Well, I mean, did you play a lot of Street Fighter 4?
Towards the end. Like I played Super and AE, but I really started traveling a little bit more towards Ultra's like end of its lifespan.
So I mean, like for this year, I'm assuming we're going to see you traveling a lot more, right? You're going to Combo Breaker, going to CEO, Evo, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
You know, what are your goals for this year? Are you pushing hard to try to get into the Capcom Cup right now?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm right outside of top 30. I'm like 33 or around there. So I definitely want to be in top 30. I definitely do want to compete in Capcom Cup this year. So I'm trying to go to as many premieres as I can and as many ranking events to where I can eventually, you know, perform well and get those points to go into to participate in Capcom Cup this year.
And does seeing someone like Haitani, you know, have this great success in a lot of tournaments, is that encouraging for you?
Definitely. He's always been an inspiration for me ever since, you know, the beginning of this game. Even in Street Fighter 4, where he was extremely good with his Rufus initially. Makoto. So definitely Haitani he's one of the like infamous or the famous 5 gods. I wouldn't call them infamous, but So he's always an inspiration for me. I definitely try to analyze his videos a lot, and just pick up things I can.
Right. Just curiously, what is it about Necalli that appeals to you so much?
Well, I've been playing him since the beta, so it's not like, oh, I'm gonna wait till such and such character. Let's see how strong he is. I've been playing him since like the first beta where he had some charge. He had like a charge uppercut, and he used to be a flash kick, his uppercut. And then like I remember the beta before that, his slashes. I think they were back forward, just like regardless of feature or not.
Right. Okay.
So
okay.
I really like I prefer evil characters. Like
Nice. I like that.
I like my man manly and evil.
And evil.
No,
Okay. Okay.
but his concept is really cool. How he powers up and his hair. Activates a Super Saiyan. I just really like his concept.
Okay. Well, where can people find you and on social media and everything like that? Is there any shout outs that you want to give?
Sure. I will give shout outs to Wolfcrone because he does, we do play a lot.
Okay.
So I do get Laura experience from him. Shout outs to, let's see, a lot of my friends that are cool friends. Smug, Kami's over there.
Yeah.
Punk. Shout outs to Xanos. She's a friend of mine, girlfriend. But, you can catch me on almost everything of mine is Vagabond_FGC. So that's my Twitter handle. That's my Twitch as well. I've been doing a little bit more streaming recently. So, I try to get a stream here and there whenever I can. So even Instagram, Vagabond_FGC, all of that is just it's right there.
All right. Well, great job today. I know it didn't work out exactly as you wanted, but great job. And you had to deal with 31 matches of Flora. So
rock, paper, scissors, right?
Yeah,
31 matches of rock, paper, scissors.
All right. Great job. But let's throw it over to Mr. Ultra David.
Thanks.
All right. Well, congrats to you for taking the King of the Hill again. You reign supreme. He won the first game, and then you basically controlled the rest of it. Do you notice big differences in how he approached you versus how he approached Kyle?
Well, honestly, against Kyle, I just saw him on his back most of the time, and then waking up with DP and landing 100% of them. So I don't feel like there was much of a neutral in that match. It was scrambles on scrambles. But against me, he played a very solid neutral. He did change his play style a bit. He played Street Fighter.
I'm not sure if that means he played well or not.
I mean, that means, well, in this game, who knows, right? Who knows? No, he played that matchup well. I mean, I would have liked to see some more seismos through the fireballs. It's not easy, and I know that he was mentally drained from playing against such a exhausting player like Kyle P. Honestly, I don't know how he did it. Like, I honestly was exhausted just watching that match. Like, my heart just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't imagine being on the receiving end. But yeah, I mean, good stuff to him. He played really well.
Is there anything else other than the seismos that you've noticed that you took advantage of?
He would get impatient and neutral sometimes, and he started jumping. But yeah, I mean, after Laura gets a knockdown, it's party time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Laura as a character right now?
She's all right. She's amazing. She's a monster. She's great. Yeah. She has one of the best, if not the best, comeback factors in the game. I think her neutral is really strong. I would like to see more Laura players just kind of slow it down in the neutral because she has great tools in the neutral. Great counter pokes. I think she's a complete character. If she's not playing against Geef, if she's a complete character against every other character.
Well, I definitely noticed the Abel influence in your Laura. There's a lot of grounded, walking around kind of thing, and you jump in with like the same buttons, and it it looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's all smoke and mirrors. I'll lull you into into sleep, pretending to play footsies. I'm not actually playing footsies. I'm just walking around, and then I'll just jump in and do stuff. Street Fighter 5 footsies.
Well, yeah. Look, it's a different game. You can't play it as if it's the same game. So are you going to be traveling around? Are we going to see you at Combo Breaker coming up or anything else?
Yes, I'll be a Combo Breaker, CEO, and Evo. Those are my next stops.
Fishing around for teams and the like?
Hey, free agents over here.
All right, man. Well, you played really well. I'm looking forward to seeing you again on King of the Hill. Nice job. And speaking of future King of the Hills, let's talk about the bracket, and we'll head back to James with that.
Yep, you can see right here, 801 Strider starting as the King of the Hill, waiting to see who is going to go up against. Noble Vagabond winning 10-7 and then losing 10-4. Like I said, 31 games straight of crazy Laura action that can't have been, I mean, that's got to be exhausting. You're just dealing with like, is gonna get command grabbed or not? I mean, that's basically like 2 whole hours of that, and that's always fun. But 801 Strider is in fact the winner. He will be coming back again next week to defend his title.
Well, he looked good doing it this week.
Yeah, always one of the, I mean, look, it's great to see 801 Strider kind of back on his game, because he was so strong in Street Fighter 4 at the very end. And then the first season of Street Fighter 5 came out. I remember he tried Cammy. It didn't really work out. I think he tried Mika at some point in time. I can't remember.
That seems right.
He went through a few different characters, and I just don't feel like they all kind of worked out for him. And, you know, I spoke with him at one point in time, and he said that at first, you know, he really disliked the game, and he blamed the game because it didn't play like 4, which is what he was used to.
Sure.
Right? And he started with 4, and then he basically said, you know what? Everything changed for him when he said, you know what? It's a different game. I got to play differently.
Yeah, man.
I've got to adjust, and I got to take advantage of the differences.
Yeah, it is not and should not be the same game.
Yeah, and now look at him. You know, that's as soon as he changed his mindset, success here. That's great.
It's a giant part of it, of course, is having an adaptable mindset, right? It's very important going from one game to another, but it's important within the same game too, because having that ability to adapt and just say, oh, this is the situation, okay, I'll do something else. that means that it's easier for you to adapt your strategy on the fly, right? It's easier to adapt to an opponent within a short set.
Yep.
It just means that you're going to be better in general if you take that open mindset. And I'm really glad that he's there. He's clearly, I mean, he certainly retains some of what he did in Street Fighter 4 in terms of the grounded play, but that's just good fundamentals.
It's just taking it's taking your strength from 4 and applying it to 5.
Right, exactly right. Yeah. So I love how he plays. I think he's got the right character for himself, and he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, and again, amazing that, you know, I know he's in Utah, he's got a couple of players to play, but he's not in one of the big giant meccas of fighting games here in the United States. So actually neither is Vagabond or Kyle, but they're all building up the scene and everything like that, and I think that's really awesome. Again, we're seeing these scenes grow all over the place, and it's kind of what this whole King of the Hill thing is celebrating in a way. So,
you know it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Well, nice work to him. Of course, you'll want to give a follow over to twitter.com/ESLSF to see what's going on and who we have coming up next week and all that sort of good stuff. Lots of info on that thing, as well as little clips of what we do here, some cool gifs of what has happened. If you didn't get to watch live, you can get a good idea of just from checking them out on the socials.
Yep. And of course, if you like the stuff that we do, we always do a show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Pacific time, the Tuesday show, where we talk about all sorts of fighting game stuff that's on twitch.tv/UltraChenTV. Fighting game stuff, drama, the latest news, you know, tournament results, upcoming tournaments, game releases, and man, there's so many games coming out, so I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited.
For sure. So definitely check it out next week. We have, as we said before, 4 players who will be playing. Gonna be a cool one next week. So stick around for that. And like I said, follow twitter.com/ESLSF. In the meantime, we're out for now. Thanks a lot for watching.